Let's get this sports podcast party started, all right?
The JAYREELZ podcast.
You've already had two games, and sadly, after the first game, there's already controversy with Shohei Ohtani. Now, no, not necessarily with him per se, but for Ohtani having a connection with his interpreter that he had come over from Anaheim with the Angels and obviously being employed by the Dodgers. And a report came out that the Dodgers had to fire the interpreter. His name is Ipil Muzahara. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So I'll just call him Muzahara or Mizuhara. Mizuhara is a guy that has shadowed Ohtani here throughout the course of his career, or at least over the last couple of years. And there's been a report to where there's been a series of debts that Mizuhara has had to pay, and that Ohtani has actually had to bail him out, transferring money from his account to Mizuhara's account in order for him to pay off a significant amount, and we're talking about $4.5 million. Now, there's been accusations that this money's been stolen from Ohtani's account because based on some statements that Mizuhara had said, going back to Tuesday when he was pressed by the, I guess whether it's the local press there or even LA and the Southern California media beat, they had come out to ask, what's this story that's come about here regarding he and these gambling debts and Ohtani? And let me see if I can pull some quotes here. Mizuhara, longtime friend interpreter, $4.5 million in bets made through DraftKings. Mizuhara on Tuesday said that Ohtani wasn't happy about it, but that he would help him out to make sure that he didn't do this again. But then he also said yesterday that Ohtani was not involved, or I'm sorry, on Tuesday he did say Ohtani wasn't involved in this whole gambling debt or gambling situation. But then yesterday had came out and said that Ohtani had no knowledge of any of the gambling debts that he had, and that he didn't even help him cover those debts by transferring money to his account. So which one is it? Was Ohtani broached about what was going on here to the point where it's like, hey, I'm up to my eyeballs in debt. I need some help here. Can you throw me a few shekels or more than that to get me out of this? And although Ohtani obliged based on what he said, but he also vowed to say, hey, come clean and let's not go there again. But then he came out to say that, oh no, he wasn't involved in the gambling, which of course that's separate. But then on top of that, oh no, Shohei had no knowledge of me gambling, and also at the same time did not transfer any money. So which one is it? And who knows if this story is continuing to unfold, and I don't think Ohtani is even involved. Maybe he knew about the gambling, maybe after the fact. Now, I don't know. He says he's a longtime friend. I don't know how close they are. I don't know if it's a situation where Mizuhara is gambling behind his back, or let's say they're out having dinner and he has to get on the app to make a gamble on a wager regarding, a lot of it he said was basketball, NFL, etc. But did Ohtani have any knowledge of this? Now, I don't think Ohtani went as far as even making any type of wagers on that, because obviously that'd be a no-no, and he would probably, I don't know what the rules are for suspension when it comes to baseball players, but certainly not a good optic considering the association. Of course, Mizuhara is out. Ohtani, I'm sure he's going to have to answer these questions at some point, especially when he gets back to the States, as I'm sure they're flying back now after they finish their 2-game set in Korea, and I'll get to that in a second. But now, this is going to be a distraction, at least from the outset, as the teams land in Southern California, and this is something that Ohtani and company, they're going to have to address right now. And they would only hope that nobody's going to have a witch hunt out for Ohtani, that he does come clean, that he does say the truth, and he should take as long as he wants. Now, we know that Ohtani is a guy that's going to be close to the vest, private, etc. I'm sure the Dodger PR people are already in his ear. But if you really want this thing to go away, you have to sit in front of the media, give them at least a good solid 20 minutes, answer everything, and then it'll go away. Don't just write out a statement or come to the press and have it translated to you by another interpreter to say that I had no business knowing what was going on, I had no clue, I did not transfer money, so on and so forth, which is probably, that's what's going to happen. But I think it's better for him to be in more of a forum scenario to where he could just have all the questions thrown at him at once and then he can move on. Because even in a statement, you know there's going to be somebody out there that's going to try to dig up some dirt on Ohtani, and then he's going to have to revisit this thing all over again. And that's my point for him meeting the press now. Give them the good 20, 25 minutes, answer everything off the bat. You want to come out with a statement to open? No problem. But anything after that, field everything. And they're going to ask you the same question 10,000 different ways. But guess what? Just answer it. And then, in all seriousness, it'll be gone. Forever, kaput, that's it. So don't read a few sentences and then go off into the night. Don't take 2 questions and then, it's all over and done with. And by any means necessary, don't ignore this thing. Don't say no comment. We moved on. He's not on the team anymore. Because, again, somebody is going to have it out for Ohtani to dig up whatever it is, whether it's through Mizuhara or somebody else or one of Mizuhara's associates who maybe knows Ohtani through him. You just never know.